Open houses. This is for buyers. This is for real estate agents. Look, if you're a real estate agent, you should be working every weekend. Saturday, Sunday, that's our weekends. That's the Monday, Tuesday of real estate in my mind. Monday, Tuesdays, paperwork, and then maybe a day off on Tuesday if you're lucky, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the week. But Saturday and Sundays are our real estate agents' work days. Now, for buyers, on open houses is two things. It's great to see homes. So now you're going out looking at homes you want to look at. But two, you're also interviewing agents. So if you don't have an agent, that would be my first thing is if I move to a different city, different town, one, I do research and maybe try to find an agent and either do a Zoom meeting with them or call them and talk to them. And I've had a lot of buyers from out of state, East Coast, Texas, California, wherever, call me and interview me and say, hey, we're looking at moving here. What's your recommendations on areas, this and that? Not only did they pick my brain about different areas, what their interests are, what they're looking for, and any gamut, but they used all my information. I have a wealth of information in real estate. So that's brilliant on the buyers calling me. Then they got to, with talking to me, are they going to use me or not? And so maybe they kept me in the back pocket. And some of them, most of them said, hey, we'll just go ahead and use you. Can you start showing us homes? But if you're unsure, at least use the real estate agent for free information. I do it constantly when I call in different states for buying investments in homes and rentals. I call property managements. Tell me about the areas. Tell me about the rentals. Tell me about the homes. Simple math. Get as much information as knowledge as you can. Knowledge is power, but information's huge. And everybody loves to be proud, or at least the good ones, love to be proud and give you information because there's nothing to hide. We don't have anything to hide. We're straightforward and honest. And with giving information, we hope in return you use us. Now, 90%, 95% is about my rate. Sometimes we just don't click, or sometimes I get a red flag. I'm like, I'll let you know. And same with them. But as a buyer, calling information. Now, back to open houses. If you're a buyer and you haven't done the research or haven't called and you just want to land, get boots on the ground and walk around and see stuff, go to open houses, interview agents, see them in person. Again, you can also make meetings with buyer brokers and meet them in person. But at the open houses, that's where you're really going to tell if the agent's good or not. How can they handle multiple people? How do they describe the home? Are they positive, negative? Are they honest or not? I kid you not. I went to an open house, brought my buyers out of state from Idaho, brought my buyers. My buyers laughed their asses off. And I'll tell you why. Here's the story. We're going through an open house. We're in Olympia. The house is literally on a cliff. It's maybe 80 degrees, 70 we'll be generous, 70, but literally it feels like 90. But it's like straight down. It's about 20, 40 feet of like a cliff. So the backyard goes here and it goes chunk. And the backyard's tiny. The agent, we're, walking around the open house, the listing agent's in the kitchen. And she goes, oh yeah, it has a slight slope, not bad though at all, to these other buyers in the kitchen. And my buyer looked at me and was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry. And I just laughed. I was like, yep, why not just be honest and just say, yeah, there's a straight cliff, or there's a drop off, or there's, you're going to need it. Envirotech, you're going to need an engineer or environmental to make sure, hey, how's this slope? Geotech. There we go. Sorry. You're going to need a geotech and make sure, is that soil good? Is the house solid? Is the foundation sloping? Like, these are the things you're looking at. But why not just be straightforward and honest? Why not, the buyers aren't stupid. Buyers are smart. And so when you lie to their face and just say, slight slope, are you kidding me? Anybody in their right mind can be like, that's a freaking drop off. You walk off the edge, you're going straight down. Maybe at the 70 degree, if we're being positive, with just roll down. But why try to glam it up and lie? In my opinion, that's a lie. It's not a slight slope. That's a freaking drop off. But that's where you're going to interview. And I digress. Sorry, it was just the most ridiculous thing. My buyers were laughing. I'm like, and I even looked at my buyers at the time and we were in the other room, but right there. And I was like, that's a cliff. What is she talking about? And I'm like, and he's like, that's why we're using you. I'm like, yeah, let's not throw smoke in someone's face and act like they're ridiculously not smart and then glam it up and then they believe you. And I've checked that agent's sales out. It's gone like this and I can see why. Straightforward, honest. But again, I digress. That's why you go to open houses. You can interview agents. You can see how they react. You can see who they are. Do you connect with them and say, hey, you know what? We saw you at the open house. We'd love to use you. Now, another story is I actually had that happen. Wasn't trying to sell myself, not anything like that. I'm at my listing. I had, 10, 15 people come through an open house one time. Had a sweet lady, amazing, just connected on every level. Go grab some fresh apples at the house. The backyard trees, I've tried them all. I said, that's my favorite. And we're local. As locals, we love apple trees and we know them all. At least you should know them all. Or I know 70%. I don't want to be overconfident with my apple knowledge, but I know a lot of apples. Growing up with crab apple trees down at the beach in Tokeland with Grandpa, just every different type of apple. At least I think so. But I said, here's my favorite. Go try some apples. Grab a bag. They're literally just hundreds falling on the ground. Literally hundreds. Not exaggerating because of all the different apple trees there. Grab a bag if you want to take them. I collected a few big buckets, took them to the horse barn where my daughter's horse is at. And do that every year because all those apples either go to waste on the ground just rotting, or you take them to horses, or you make apple cobbler, apple pie, whatever you want with apple. We love our apples. But I was just selling the home. I'm not here selling myself. I'm just doing my, here's the home, here's the details, positive, happy. This is who I am. Welcome to real estate. Again, that's why we do open houses, real estate agents. This is going into real estate agents. Get there in a second. But that buyer ended up calling me 2 weeks later, or maybe a week later, forget the exact time, says, hey, we're looking to buy a home. I've been to open houses, a lot of them. We loved you. They didn't pick an agent and they're from here. They were just going through everything. Used me to buy a waterfront home at 1 million. I think we did 1 million on the home. And amazing. And now I'm listing their home. And the whole point of this is that's why you do open houses. Now going to agents. You do open houses, you work every weekend. Saturdays, Sundays are your Mondays. Sometimes I do 1 to 2 open houses a weekend. Sometimes I do 2 a day, 1 a day, whatever the combination is. And if you don't have any listings, call agents. There is hundreds of homes on the market right now that you can call an agent and say, can I do an open house for you? Now, I'm a little particular. I'm very protective of my listings. I need to know the agent, the record, this and that, if I'm gonna let another agent do my open house. Now, I just had one this weekend. Phenomenal. Retired Air Force, young guy, youngish. I guess I'm getting old saying youngish. And I did the nose thing. I'm like, getting a little old. But he did a phenomenal job. His record looked great. His personality, there's no red flags. Actually, he called me. I love the initiative. Yeah, you're going to work this weekend? Oh my gosh. Welcome to a refreshing breath of air, because every agent should be working every weekend. I know I'm harping on that, and I don't mean to lecture or preach as a real estate agent, but if you have no money, if you're not having that many sales, if real estate's slow, how many open houses have you done? That's going to be my first question. And if you haven't done any open houses in the last month, 2 months, I have no answers for you, because I remember sitting at open houses. Favorite story, my open house. I remember the agent I did it for. Wasn't even my listing. Still love this agent. Out in Johnson Point, back in the day. This is 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Favorite open house. Go there, 3 hours. She wanted a 3-hour open house. Always did. I like 2 hours. Like, if you can't make it within 2 hours, fine. Sometimes 3 hours are okay, but I feel like then you give them 3 hours, everybody shows up that last hour, which is what happened at this home. So I have 2 hours go by, out in the middle of nowhere, beautiful home, land, everything like that. Sitting there, no internet really. The only thing I could get on my phone was YouTube. While I'm waiting, I got the door set up, everything's flyers, cards prepped. Information remembered about the home, square footage, land size, property lines, special features. Like, I'm like, boom, 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 boom. What do you need for the open house? Got it. On lockdown. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, oh, no one's coming. They have staging on the couch. Staging couch was actually quite nice. It's hit and miss with staging. And all that pulls up is YouTube. But it's like kind of funky YouTube. Like the stuff where it's like kind of... So I type in Indiana Jones. I'm like, let's watch an Indiana Jones movie. Couldn't get an Indiana Jones movie because no one really had them on there. It wasn't YouTube TV. I don't even think it was around then, 2014 maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe starting off. But I did get Indiana Jones Jr. Someone uploaded the episodes from that. And so I remember watching Indiana Jones Jr. And I think it was maybe the first episode, that was awesome. I was like hooked after that. And then the other one was like the doom train or whatnot of World War I in South Africa, or in Africa, not South Africa, in Eastern Africa, over around that way, middle of Africa with Germans. Anyways, it was phenomenal. And I hooked. And so I'm watching Indiana Jones, hot summer day, on the point, barely in service. And I'm watching Indiana Jones. I'm loving life. This is my job. I'm literally sitting here waiting for people. Buyers come in. Military buyers, retired, looking for a home to buy. Walk them through. Here's all my stuff. Here's the home, yada, yada. Awesome. Guess what? They ended up buying with me 3 years later. No, selling and then buying with me 3 years later. Not even a year later, not 6 months, not a month. 3 years later, ended up listing their home and selling. That's how much of an impression I made, and kept those clients and with my business card, and they used me. That's the point of building these open houses as real estate agents. You're not looking for a quick sale. You're not looking to do this or that. You're looking to present the home. You're looking to say, this is who I am, genuine, real. 3 years later, they come back and buy a home. Sometimes, like the lady at my other open house, 1 to 2 weeks. Amazing. And her and her partner bought as well. The whole point is, if you're slow, if you just need work, even myself, I'm doing open houses this weekend on my listings. Now we have a pumpkin patch. We have a corn maze farm thing with the fire pit over here. That's amazing. We have, what do we have? A ghost party or Halloween party at Halloween party at the barn. I have all these events that we're going to. But guess what I'm doing before all those family events, and my wife's okay with it? I'm doing open houses in the morning. I'm working. Open houses, Monday, Tuesday, here we go. Do I need to? No. Do I want to? Absolutely, because that's how it is. That's how you work as a real estate agent. And again, back to buyers. Sorry, this skewed off of buyers as well. Now back to buyers. That's what you need to do. If you want to look at homes and you don't know the area, you either need to do two things as a buyer. One, you interview the agents or meet agents at open houses. Get a solid, good agent that's going to tell you the truth, not say a slight slope or a gentle hill. Still can't get over that, sorry. And then find the right agent. Straightforward, honest, that's going to take care of you. And then it's going to walk through everything with you and say, no, that foundation's really cracked. I think, either you're going to have to negotiate that, and if the seller doesn't want to, you're going to have to walk and you're going to waste money on inspection, or we're on the next home. But find your agent, call or build up your agent at open houses, and then boots on the ground. You have to build your baseline up. So you either have to go with that agent you picked over the phone, online, or whoever you talk to, aka me, if you want to. God, that was a little extreme, sorry. Aka me. If you'd like an agent that's kind of straightforward and honest, that's built this whole home himself. I literally put up this beam here, prelam. I framed out this home. Did not do the finish work. I'm not a finished carpenter. I'm a wall banger. Framing. But built the home myself. So we're going to walk through and look at the home and know what you're looking for. Now, with that, you need to build up your baseline. So pick the agent. Hopefully you pick the agent from calling, interviewing, aka me again, not going to be so extreme, or going through open houses. You interview different agents at open houses and you pick an agent. 2, you're going to need to build up your baseline on homes. You have to go either with that agent, myself, and we go look at homes. And you build up your baseline in different areas, different prices. Sometimes it's the first home you make an offer on that you fall in love with. Sometimes it's the 100th. Thank you, Brent. Best friend. I swear it was almost 100 homes. I'm actually going to make a hoodie about Brent because, well, I can't say it here, but nothing's lower than his offers. And then there's a second part to that. Digress on that. But you need to be building up your baseline. You need to build up your baseline on homes, prices, areas, locations. Niche now, narrow down the areas you like. Like, hey, I might like this area, this area, this area. If our home pops up now with our homes that requirements that we meet in our price ranges that are smart and intelligent, and right now you can get really good deals in different areas, that's what you're doing. And I've had clients move to the area, buy in an area, they got situated. A few years later, they call me, I help sell, and then they move to a different area that they wanted to go to, or that we help research and find again that hit their home criteria, that found the land and the home. Like one of my favorites, Foxhall. I grew up in Foxhall and I helped clients not only buy when they moved here, really smart lawyer dude, and then go over there and buy 5 acres with a beautiful home, mother-in-law and everything else. And I love those guys. They are the sweetest couple ever. And not only that, I recommended the contractor do the remodel, and she sent me a text on Instagram saying, look at the remodel, so happy with it. And it looked fantastic. Floors, this and that, and kitchen. And I'm just like, oh, well done. Well done. Not only did you build up your rate of return on investment on the home, with the land, with the location, you're happy, it's quiet, it's peaceful. You moved here, you adapted, you figured it out, you boots on the ground, you moved over here, and then set up again. 1 and 2, and they did it right. Take your time, build up that baseline, find the homes. If you have to adjust, great. I have clients that have moved here and just stayed in their home and have been there forever. And it's funny, all of them kind of seem to know each other because Olympia, when you boil it down, the different groups, different sections you're in, everybody seems to know everybody. So be careful as a real estate agent that you don't do anything bad. Don't say anything bad. Don't lie. It's reality. And you got to think of yourself as a buyer. If you're a buyer and you walk in there and you see a slope that's, again, 90 degrees. I keep going on about this. 90 degrees, just say it's 90 degrees. It's cliff. No one's going to fault you for that. That's the listing. It's not your fault. That's part of the home. Some people don't mind. Some people are like, we're not going to walk out there. We don't drink that much. Don't have kids. Love the slope. Geotech says it's great. Let's go for it. Woo! All right. With all that said, open houses, find agents, call and find agents, real estate agents, do open houses, imprint, find clients, work your ass off, love life, love real estate. This is me in a nutshell. If you've made it the 17 minutes, holy cow. If you made it the 17 minutes, thank you. At the end of this, hopefully you didn't fast forward. If you made this, give me a call. I have a questionnaire. If you have any feedback or anything, let me know, and then I will send you a gift card to Starbucks for your information, for saying thank you, for listening, for watching, and I love good feedback. Okay, Captain Ron out. Have a good day.